Dual diameter, what does that mean? Hi, I'm Dan Cortopassi. Today I'm reviewing an HO scale dual diameter 33,000 gallon tank car from Tangent Scale Models. My model is decorated in the overall white CITX leasing scheme. Tangent also offers this car in several other paint schemes. The MSRP for this model is $69.95. I paid $65.99 for my car from Lombard Hobbies. We'll start the model at 100 possible points. The car comes in a cardboard box with a clear plastic window. Inside, a plastic cradle protects the model. A layer of flexible clear material protects the finish. A small bag is included with some spare end caps for the axles. My model didn't have any broken or missing parts. This is a good box that should protect the model for storage and transport. According to the Tangent website, the NACC 33,000 gallon dual diameter tank cars were designed in 1963. These cars were built by North American Car Corporation between 1963 and 1965. They were known as dual diameter cars because of the smaller tank diameter on the ends and the larger diameter in the middle, giving them a fish belly appearance. These cars were primarily designed to carry liquid petroleum gas or anhydrous ammonia. My model represents a car that was repainted in the early 1990s. The model has modernized details like head shields, which were retrofitted on the real cars, and shelf couplers. Tangent lists this car as 1992 plus, so it should be correct for the 1990s and beyond. I really like how Tangent includes era information with their models, which helps in making purchasing decisions. The only photo of this car I was able to find is on the Tangent website. As far as I can tell, the model is a near perfect match. The paint on the car is opaque and thin enough not to obscure the weld seams on the tank and other small details. The markings are crisp and free of voids. At the corners, the car has delicate stirrup steps. These seem like they might be fragile, so I'd recommend using care when handling the car. The placard holders are also very finely detailed. On the ends, the car has many separately applied details, including railings and ladders. The end platforms are see-through. Both ends have uncoupling levers and hoses. The B end has a nicely done brake wheel. It's hard to see on video with all the white on white, but up top the car has a see-through walkway that runs the entire length of the tank body. The handrails look delicate, but are made of a flexible plastic to help them resist braking. The hatch and vent detail looks really good. Underneath, the car has full brake rigging. The piping on the underside is made of plastic and is slightly warped on my model. I don't think it's bad enough to take points off, but wire might have been a better choice here. The wheels are metal with the standard RP25 tread profile. The axles have rotating end caps. The car has KD119 shelf couplers on both ends. Looking for a match on the horizontal center line, the coupler on the A end is low, so I'm taking 5 points. The coupler on the B end is also low. All the wheels are in gauge according to the NMRA standards gauge. There is no significant body wobble. The car weighs 6 ounces even, a little over the 5.5 ounce NMRA recommended weight for a car of this length. A little extra weight should help the car to track better. The car is free rolling. The car has no issues on Kato 550mm curves, which are equivalent to a 21 5/8 inch radius. I don't need to mess with the couplers on this car because they're actual Kadys, and that's what I'd use anyway. I do want to say thanks to Tangent for not only using the Kady shelf couplers that were appropriate for this kind of tank car, but also having a draft gearbox lid that looks to be removable and has a screw, so it should be fairly simple. The only thing you'd have to watch out for is this uncoupling lever right here. To raise the couplers, I'll start by removing the trucks. So it looks like the easiest thing to do here is to add a washer between the truck and the car body to raise the car, and that therefore raise the couplers. Unfortunately, this post here is a little bit too big to fit a Kady washer, so I'm going to have to file the Kady washer a little bit. So to remount a Kady washer, I usually just take a round file and then go around the inside until the hole gets big enough. The material they're made of is fairly soft, so usually this doesn't take all that long. And once the hole's big enough, it'll fit over the post nicely. In case you're not familiar, Kady sells these washers in 2 different thicknesses. The gray ones are 10 thousandths and the red ones are 15 thousandths. On this particular car, I needed a red washer on each truck bolster to get the coupler height up to the right height. By the way, if at any point during this review you notice that the hose on the A end of the car is broken, that wasn't out of the box. That was actually one of my cats got up on the bench here and knocked it over. So thankfully that was the only thing that broke, but not the fault of Tangent for sure. Before I close out the rip track section, I'd just like to make a couple of notes about serviceability. I think Tangent did a good job with the draft gearbox lids. They have screws, look like they're separate parts, and they should be able to be removed without too much trouble, just to have to be careful of the uncoupling lever. So I think that design is pretty good. I was a little disappointed that the bolster pin that goes through the trucks on each end is a little too large for the KD washers. It would have been nice if those were just a hair smaller, so I wouldn't have to remount the washers. Not a huge deal, but if I could improve the car in any way, that would probably be one of the things, along with maybe using wire for the plumbing on the bottom instead of plastic. So I really like this model from Tangent, as I've liked most of the models that I've gotten from Tangent. I like this one also because it is reasonably serviceable, which is something I've been kind of talking about lately, and I think this car is pretty good in that regard. It did have a couple things I noted, but other than that, it's pretty good. I also think it's nice because the only other model of a dual diameter tank car that comes to mind is the Atlas model, which has been around for quite a long time. It's also a nice model, but it's not quite as detailed as this one. So if you want a dual diameter tank car that is more detailed, then this is maybe a good choice. Now I realize it may not be the exact same prototype. I'd have to research that to know for sure. I don't know if they're the same model, but in any case, they do look similar. So if you wanted, like I said, if you wanted to have a tank car like this with all of the stuff on it without having to modify an Atlas car, then this would be a good model. I think it's cool too because I'm modeling the 90s, which is it's not so modern anymore, but it still seems modern to me. Dating myself there, but having a car that's older, like built in the 60s and then was repainted in the 90s, it kind of gives a sense of history. So I think having a few like older pieces of equipment mixed in with the modern stuff is kind of cool, because it gives a sense of like reality that there's a history going on, even if it's not something that you would think about, or maybe most people might notice consciously. But I think it kind of would help the overall realism of a layout to have some older things going along with the newer stuff. So I think having a model like this would be cool no matter what area you're in. Let's see what we've got. Both couplers were at the wrong height, so I took 10 points in the standards and operation category. That leaves us with 90 out of 100 possible points, which earns an A-. This is a very nice model. I'm giving it a green signal. I think Tangent did a pretty nice job on this car. If you're looking for a dual diameter tank car for your HO scale layout, then I think you might like it. If you like this video, then please like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel and I appreciate it. Stay tuned and thanks for watching.